Planetary, issue number 21.
Hello, Melantha. I'm here for my consultation.
France, Irma la Fantôme. The first time you needed to steal a match on a situation and felt it necessary to consult, Well, what is it you call me? When people ask, I mean?
I say I'm visiting a magician.
You have to understand that I am not a magician as it is commonly perceived, nor am I a shaman or oracle. I am a scientist. 50 years ago, Mr. Snow, the physicist Richard Feynman gave a lecture entitled "There's Plenty of Room at the Bottom." His thesis was that in a period concerned with mega-engineering and macro-scale physics, we were not directing the correct attention to the microscale. We contain universes. There are vastnesses in every grain of sand. You yourself, I know, spend a lot of time considering the bleed, the very veins of the multiverse, the biggest construction humans have yet conceived of. In this consultation, I want you to consider the microscale, the invisible forces that hold us together. Feynman opened up an entirely new field of physics, classical physics as applied to quantum physics. From Feynman comes K. Eric Drexler and his vision of nanotechnology, construction on the scale of bacteria. Building machines from individual molecules and the elements of molecules. Making germs from metal and mineral, germs with arms that can move molecules around. Reproducing by simply constructing more versions of themselves from whatever material is around, disassembling molecules to make different materials. We can descend further even than this. Picotechnology and femtotechnology, the art of disassembling atoms themselves. This is not fiction. Already physicists are achieving femtotechnology change with $100,000 lasers. Imagine remodeling individual atoms with light. And down into chromotechnology, the manipulation of quarks and the creation of strange exotic forms of matter. In 1993, a major earthquake in Antarctica was explained as two strangelets passing through the planet. Two clumps of quantum-level artifacts, each the fraction of the breadth of a human hair, shook this world. And beyond quarks and strangelets and chromometers and atometers, what might lay there? Beyond the baryonic limits of this universe's construction. If, above us, there is the bleed and your glorious ultra-scale arrangement of universes, what lies below? In archaic times, when the universe seemed much smaller, we believed our dead to accompany us everywhere. It was more than simply visiting graves. It was the belief that our ancestors were simply always with us, that we shared our world with them, crowded by souls. Now, you've been to that unusual bar in Kazakhstan, haven't you? You are aware, through esoteric scientific research conducted by many people over the 20th century, that souls do not die. Souls are some form of electromagnetic field that continue to inhabit the body after death. Bones crackling with strange and imperceptible energetic activity, and we buried them. Are they still aware? Can the dead still perceive? We don't yet know. Is that what happens? We lay in the dirt, still somehow aware of being in there? Some cloud of being, beyond the atometer boundary, a condensate of life lying in old bones. We buried them, infecting the dirt with our souls. We burned them, scattering land and water with the living ashes of our souls. And gravity draws us into the earth. And plants grow. Ayahuasca, peyote, psilocybin, Stropharia cubensis, the drugs. Yes, historically, we consider them shamanic drugs, and they were overlaid with ritual and religion and the other crap of archaic societies. But all societies had their speakers to the dead, and their oracles who looked into other places. In legend, the oracle at Delphi stood at a pool and inhaled its vapor, the pneuma, to oraculate. It was recently found that a vent beneath the pool expressed ethylene, a hydrocarbon gas that creates a euphoric derangement into the water. Ethylene, the pneuma, is a plant hormone. The dead lay in the ground, their souls oiling out from their bones, into the earth, into roots that effervesced into the clouds that the oracle inhaled to see new worlds, into the plants that our speakers to the dead ingested to do their business, the drugs that were in your tea, Mr. Snow. No need to panic. The effect will last only 5 minutes, and you will hear my voice throughout. I'm not sending you down there alone. Just as the bleed forms a boundary around the macro world, so there is a wall beyond the micro scale. I have given you the key to it. This is Huxley's door of perception, sending you to a place beyond the sight of our microscopes. Tell me what you see, Mr. Snow.
A flower.
Is there motion?
Yes, I'm moving towards it.
Good. Break on through to the other side, Mr. Snow. This is archaeology, Mr. Snow. Dream archaeology. You're in the world of the dead, an ecology of souls. The world beyond, Mr. Snow, the underworld, Valhalla, the Bardo, heaven. I'm right here, Mr. Snow, telling me what you see.
Something's happening. I'm standing on a floor of melted mirror. I don't know. And things are jumping out of it like salmon.
That's right. This is their home. Understand, this is not a hallucination. Are they talking to you?
They're exhaling.
Noma. Remember what you learned in Africa, Mr. Snow. Perhaps it was no coincidence that you gained this knowledge in the cradle of the human race. Everything is information.
Something like the Japanese kanji for life, and a shape that reminds me of the transhumanist symbol, suggesting growth and emergence. DNA code, and the Death Tarot card, which symbolizes change.
They're telling you where they are. Isn't it extraordinary? They don't want you to be frightened.
They're backing off. Why?
You met a man in Hong Kong who had died and swore there was no afterlife. Perhaps he never saw this, Mr. Snow. I wonder why.
They're avoiding me.
Yes, I imagine they are. Why do you think that is?
Maybe that's what they do. No, hold on. They're approaching, surrounding me. They're saying I don't belong here, Melanchtha.
And why do you think that is?
What are you, a psychiatrist?
Ask them, Mr. Snow. Someone once created in computer space an object whose every facet threw a unique shadow that formed one Hebrew letter. It therefore follows that there could be an object whose every facet generates one letter of every language there is, and every language there could be. Informational super-objects existing outside history, and you're surrounded by them. So ask them.
They're saying I don't belong here. It's a complex thought. They're saying They're saying I'm outside the system. It's not that I'm here while alive. It's that I'm not alive. They're saying I'm not alive and not dead. I'm outside the system.
Ah, that was my supposition too.
I don't understand.
Mr. Snow, you were born on January 1st, 1900, one of the so-called century babies, all functionally immortal.
But we die. Jenny Sparks died. Hark died. Blackstock. All of them.
They ended, but did they die? Did they have souls? You and your peers, Mr. Snow, all born on the same day, all possessed of superhuman capability. Does that strike you as a natural occurrence? You don't belong there because you are not human. You are not part of the system, the natural order of things. You are constructs.
They're going away, Melantha. I don't want them to go away.
Certainly you all have different functions. Certainly you are all self-aware and unique individuals. But here is the proof. Down there in the factory floor of universal existence, you are not naturally alive.
I didn't want them to go away.
You are a thing created to do a job, Mr. Snow. And that job cannot simply be to hound for people who did you wrong to the ends of the earth. Look around you. When the ground of the underpinnings of life and death, laid beyond the tiniest spaces we can imagine, are this infinitely vast, can your task be so small a thing? It's a strange world, Mr. Snow. Never lose sight of it. You can leave now.